You're my calm in the chaos, my peace in the war. You speak light into darkness. You tell me I'm yours. Only you, Jesus, are in control. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. You speak life, sing your love over me. You're all I need. You're all I need. Caught up in your captivating, never failing love. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. The love of a father, the strength of a king, the blood of a savior. You're my everything. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. You speak life, sing your love over me. You're all I need. You're all I need. Caught up in your captivating, never failing love. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. Only you, Jesus, are in control. Take my brokenness and make me whole. Only you, Jesus, are in control. Take my brokenness and make me whole. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. Speak life, sing your love over me. You're all I need. You're all I need. Caught up in your captivating, never failing love. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need.
Hey, welcome to Story Lab. This week, we're talking about confidence, while we take a look at the story of someone who had big questions. Hey, do you know what the best kind of armor to stop a piglin attack is?
Hey, I'm Skylar.
And I'm Sebastian.
We're talking about confidence, which is living like you believe God is with you.
What are we doing today?
What do you think we should do?
What about raising our game?
Where should we start?
How about at the beginning?
Why don't you take the lead?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Okay, stop. Too many questions.
Except you can never have too many questions.
Which is exactly where we're going today.
Right. So, what should you do with a question?
Depends on your question.
Point taken. Okay, so we're entering s'more season.
S'mores.
But you don't always have a campfire when the s'mores cravings hit. So I'm thinking maybe we could put a marshmallow in the microwave.
Please form that phrase as a question, Sebastian.
What happens when you put a marshmallow in a microwave? Yes.
Well done. You have just initiated
The scientific method.
The what?
the scientific method. It's a great way to figure out how things work.
Step 1. Ask a question.
Already done. What happens when you put a marshmallow in the microwave?
Step 2. Make a hypothesis.
I've always thought a hypothesis sounds like a mythical creature.
Duck! A hypothesis is a prediction you make based on what you've seen before.
Well, a bonfire makes a marshmallow soft and mushy, so I think a microwave will make it melty. Kinda.
Step 3. Conduct an experiment.
Wait, is this the part where we put the marshmallow in the microwave?
You bet.
Yes, let's do it.
That is a serious marshmallow.
Well, this is serious business. Ready?
Ready.
Commence experimentation.
Whoa, it's puffing up.
Yeah, it is.
A lot.
Wow. It's still puffing up.
This is pretty wild.
I wonder how big it's gonna get. Look how big it's getting.
Oh, I can smell it.
Step 4. Analyze your results.
Wow, it looks like our marshmallow turned into the Hulk for a minute.
It did get melty.
That's perfect.
Step 5. Draw conclusions.
I conclude putting a marshmallow in the microwave is super fun and perfect for s'mores.
So there's your answer.
Asking questions is super fun.
Speaking of which, it's time for...
The story before the story.
Today, we're in the book of Acts, which tells the story of the early church.
But before Acts, way back in the very beginning, out of a deep, deep love, God made an amazing world.
But when people turned away from God, the world was broken. God made a plan to draw people back into relationship. So, at the right time, God sent Jesus, God's very own son, to live among us.
Jesus gave up his life. Then, on the third day, he rose again.
After Jesus returned to heaven, the early church grew quickly, with the help of God's Spirit.
When the believers faced trouble in Jerusalem, they scattered to other places, taking the news of Jesus everywhere they went.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away!
Hi everyone, I'm Jen. Just as the religious leaders in Jerusalem hadn't understood Jesus, they also felt threatened by his followers. Many of Jesus' friends were thrown in prison. Some were even killed. But that didn't stop the new believers. They moved out from the city into Judea and Samaria. One believer, a man named Philip, began teaching about Jesus in a city in Samaria. Big crowds gathered to listen. Sick people healed through God's Spirit, and many people became believers and were baptized. There was great joy in the city. But right in the middle of this amazing work, God sent an angel to speak to Philip.
Go south to the desert road,
To the desert?
the road that goes from Jerusalem to Gaza.
If I was Philip, I would have been full of questions. I mean, things were going great in Samaria. Lots of people were becoming Jesus followers. So why would God want Philip to leave it all and head for the desert? I mean, the desert. There's no one here. But Philip listened to God. He started off down the lonely road into the desert, and before long, he spotted something. As Philip drew closer, he saw an Ethiopian official seated in a chariot. God's Spirit told Philip,
Go to that chariot. Stay near it.
Now, the man in the chariot happened to be very important. In fact, he was the royal treasurer of the Queen of Ethiopia. Though he was not Jewish, he believed in the one true God and had even journeyed all the way to Jerusalem to worship God there. But though the man had loved God, he was missing a big piece of the story. As the official traveled home, he puzzled over some verses in the book of Isaiah the prophet.
He was led like a sheep to be killed. He did not open his mouth?
Excuse me.
Stop the chariot!
Just wanted to ask, do you understand what you're reading?
How can I? I need someone to explain it to me.
The Ethiopian man invited Philip to join him in the chariot and explain the scripture. How amazing is that? I mean, you can see God at work in every detail of this story.
Here, read this again.
He was led like a sheep to be killed. Just as lambs are silent while their wool is being cut off, he did not open his mouth. When he was treated badly, he was refused a fair trial. Who can say anything about his children? His life was cut off from the earth. Tell me, please, who is the prophet talking about? Himself or someone else?
I am so glad you asked.
What a perfect setup. Philip was able to explain that the prophet Isaiah was talking about a savior and that this savior had come. Philip shared the whole story of Jesus, how he lived, how he gave up his life for us, and how God raised him back to life. The Ethiopian official was mesmerized. He took every word to heart. As they traveled down the road, the man looked up and saw a pool of water shimmering in the distance.
Look, here is water. What can stop me from being baptized?
Just a quick reminder, they're in the middle of a desert, which generally means no water. And yet, miraculously, God brings them to an oasis at the perfect moment. Philip baptized the Ethiopian in the pool of water. It was a sign that the man now believed in and was choosing to follow Jesus. As the two men came up out of the water, God's Spirit suddenly whisked Philip away. The Ethiopian official must have understood that God was at work, because he continued on his journey back towards Ethiopia, filled with joy. The end.
Wait, what happened to Philip?
Great question. We have no idea how or why God's Spirit moved him, but Philip next showed up in the coastal town of Azotus. He immediately began to tell everyone there the good news about Jesus.
I love how when the Ethiopian man had big questions, God set up an amazing way for him to learn about Jesus.
So, what's our part in the story?
Well, just like the Ethiopian man, God welcomes our questions. When we're confused or uncertain about something, we don't need to hide it, whether it's a big question about God or a little question about a homework assignment. We can ask.
You may be wondering, why is it so hard to do the right thing?
God does let bad stuff happen.
What do I do when my parents argue a lot?
Will I be able to make friends at my new school?
Why do I have to work harder than everyone else just to do okay on a test?
You can take all of your questions straight to God, or to a parent, or a teacher, or another trusted adult.
Now, if you need help with the homework assignment, your teacher can definitely give you an answer.
But you might not get your answers to your other questions, at least not right away.
And that's okay, because no matter how many questions you have, or no matter how big they are, God won't get angry or annoyed with you asking.
You can be confident that God will be there, right there with you, no matter what.
No question about it.
That's right. See you next time.
So here's the thing. God is with you, even when you have questions.
I have a question. Can I make 2 marshmallow peeps joust in the microwave?
Only one way to find out. Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab.
See you next time.
Why won't you turn on? John, thank goodness you're here. I can't figure out how to turn on this video game console.
Oh, well, are you sure that it's plugged in?
Yeah, it's plugged in. Check.
Well, then all you should have to do is hit the power button.
Oh, yeah, the power button. Yeah, I tried that like 100 times. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A lot.
Huh, okay. Well. What is a quarter? Brandon, you don't put quarters in a video game console.
Oh. Does it take dimes? Hello, everyone. everyone, I'm Brandon.
And I'm John, and welcome to the So-and-So Show.
And why are we here, John?
Because we have a show to do.
Yeah, but why are we doing the show?
Well, to have fun.
Sure.
And hopefully we can learn something about ourselves and each other and a God who loves us.
Mm-hmm.
You got questions, I got answers, Brandon. Boom!
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess so?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking, what about questions that we're scared to ask?
Oh, like what?
You know, like, why do bad things... What was that?
I was sneezing.
Oh, bless you. Yeah. No, I was just wondering, why do bad things...
Sorry.
Are you not letting me... Why?
No more questions.
Why?
Because we're the answer people, we're not the question people.
Yeah, but I was just asking.
No! You can't ask any hard questions that I don't have good answers to. No questions at all costs. Otherwise, they'll know that we don't have answers for everything.
Yeah, but we don't have
Time for us to go where no questions are asked and I can escape from reality.
The great outdoors?
No! Video games!
Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is so much better.
Where are we?
No questions. Come on.
Right.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm coming.
Wow. Yeah? Huh? Yeah. Oh, look, there's someone.
Ah!
Do you need some help?
Yes, actually, I was wondering...
No questions. Either one of you. Let's go. Look, there's another person.
Hello.
Hello.
Want to be friends?
Definitely.
Okay, sometimes questions can be easy.
Were there unicorns on Noah's Ark?
Okay, too much. Let's keep going.
Bye, friends.
Hello there.
I used to be an explorer like you.
Oh, I don't know if I'd call myself an explorer. I'm more of a...
Are you lost?
You know, now that you mentioned it, I have been feeling a little confused lately.
Let's keep going.
Oh! Hi!
I have one question for you.
Oh, no questions?
Are you looking for a fight?
A fight? No!
Prepare to be destroyed.
I used to be an explorer like you.
I'm not an explorer.
Where's the end of the universe?
Stop asking questions!
Hello.
Sorry, no time.
In the book of Revelation, why do bad things happen?
I don't know the answer to that! That didn't help at all.
I have so many more questions now.
No! It's Bible story time with Kellen. No.
Fellas, you okay?
No questions, Kellen. The show is a train wreck today. Brandon was asking some hard questions, and I explained to him, we're not questions people, we're answer people. I mean, you know, you have all the answers.
Actually, I don't. And that's okay.
Brandon!
I'll tell you what, this really goes hand in hand with our Bible story today. It's a video game, and why don't you two play it for me?
No, I'm not going in another video game.
Oh, no. You won't have to be in it. It's super simple, and all you have to do is answer some simple questions.
Okay. Are they easy questions?
Well, some of them, but if you need help, I'm right here.
All right.
Great. So our story today comes from the book of Acts. We read about a man named Philip, a follower of Jesus, who was told to travel from the city of Jerusalem to a place called Gaza. John, now you're going to be controlling the other character in the story, an Ethiopian official.
Let's do it. Okay, so I guess that's me. Let's see here. Oh, yep, there's a scroll. Let's pick it up. He was led like a sheep to be killed. Just as lambs are silent while their wool is being cut off, he did not open his mouth. When he was treated badly, he was refused a fair trial. Who can say anything about his children? His life was cut off from the earth. What? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know about this, Kellen.
Yeah, the Ethiopian official felt the same way. Now, let's go back to the game. Philip saw the Ethiopian official and said this. Do you understand what you're reading?
Okay, should you A, admit you don't know and say, how can I? I need someone to explain it to me. Or B, show confidence by just pretending you know the answer. Well, I think we need to always have the answers, okay? So if you don't have an answer, faking it is probably the best way to do it, right? We're the answer people after all.
You sure?
I don't know.
Brandon, what do you think?
I think sometimes people pretend to have confidence when they don't know something, but if you don't ask questions to what you don't know, then it's really hard to learn and grow. So maybe there's confidence in admitting what you don't know.
Bingo. Let's see what happens.
Okay, choosing A. That verse is talking about Jesus. Oh, wow.
Yes, Philip began telling the Ethiopian official about Jesus, telling him the story of how Jesus came to this world and how he gave his life for us. And if we put our trust in him, we can have a relationship with God that lasts forever.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, that even makes me feel better.
Okay, Brandon, do you want to play the next section?
Oh, okay, sure.
Here you go, buddy. And it's a little sweaty.
Right. Look, here is water. Should you A, take a drink, B, take a bath, or C, get baptized? I mean, he was probably pretty thirsty, so I'm gonna guess take a drink?
Maybe, but what just happened?
He just learned about Jesus? Oh, right.
Yeah.
C, get baptized.
Let's find out.
Here goes nothing.
What just happened?
Well, we read in Acts that after the Ethiopian official was baptized, the Spirit of the Lord took Philip away to go preach to other people.
Wild. What does that mean?
I don't know exactly, and that's okay.
Huh.
But the Ethiopian official's life had been changed forever, and chances are he shared the story of Jesus with many more people. We read that he went on his way full of joy. The end.
Oh, that's a great story, Kellen.
Yeah, but get this. This all happened after Jesus left the earth. But Jesus' story was already beginning to travel all over the world. And think about it. The Ethiopian official may have never heard the story if he had been too afraid or too proud to ask questions.
Very cool.
No doubt. I'll see you guys next time.
Later, Kellen. Wow.
You know, sometimes asking questions can be scary.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Even though it's hard for some of us to admit, we all have questions.
Everyone?
Oh, yeah. In fact, reveal the question. What questions do you have?
Yeah, maybe you have questions about the world around you, like what is water? Yeah, and why doesn't it just break into hydrogen and oxygen atoms when you do a cannonball in the pool?
Sure, and maybe you have questions about God or Jesus.
I think it's important to remember that not knowing something is okay, and that God is with you even when you have questions.
Absolutely. So stay curious, friends. Asking questions is how we learn about ourselves, about others, and about a God that loves us.
Yeah, and I think I've learned today that we'll never stop asking questions.
Oh, yeah. There's always something new to learn.
Yeah, well, I have a question right now.
Ask away.
Is that all the time we have for today?
Yes, indeed it is, but don't worry because we'll see you next time on the So-and-So Show.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
So questions? Can I
Yeah.
ask you some that have been on my
fire
mind?
away. Let's go.
If we learn and improve from our mistakes, then why are we so afraid to make mistakes?
Sometimes people like veggies. Mistakes are real good, but
What came first, orange the color or orange the fruit?
yes.
Ooh, I like that answer. A lot of people aren't going to get it, but you have to think about it a lot, and then you'll get it. Yes, that's really profound. I really appreciate that.
Video game. I can't remember the words of the song.
I don't know. I think we made it up.